Jaron boots Ennis, knocks Custio Clayton out in the second round. I had that fight. My original prediction was for I called for a knockout. I think it was like the seventh round or something. I don't remember, but man, he totally I totally got that one wrong. I didn't think that was gonna come that early, man. Jaron boots Ennis looked like himself, man. That fucking jab is gonna be a problem for a lot of fighters. Custio Clayton, I think from the first round, he looked scared, bro. He just looked like he was scared to fight. And he he caught like maybe 2, 3 fucking punches off Jaron in the whole 2 rounds of that fight. He tried to rough him up in the inside when they clinched a little bit. He tried to rough him up, man. But Butcher was just tearing his ass up with that jab, tearing him up. Jab to the body, jab to the stomach. He was whipping that jab. That jab is no joke. Boots jab is no joke, man. It is what it is. Y'all can say what y'all want. His jab ain't no joke. And then in the second round, I'm not sure exactly how it happened. Custio Clayton, I think he was coming off of a attempted swing. He tried to duck one of Jaron's punches. I think it was a left. And then Jaron came across, I think, what did he hit him with? I think Jaron did hit him with a left. I'm not even too sure because he was switch hitting, man, in that fight where so much in those rounds you didn't even know he was switch hitting, man. He does this shit so effortlessly. That's what people were talking about, how when he switched, you don't even notice he switch hit. And I couldn't even tell. I had to go back and watch it again. But yeah, the boy is nasty, man. He hit him right behind the ear with this shot. Everybody was saying it was behind the head. It wasn't. But it's a shot that fuck up your equilibrium, man. It's kind of similar to like, Deontay Wilder getting hit by Tyson Fury. When you get hit in a certain spot, like side of your head, behind your ear, it fucks you up. It fucks you up bad, and you got to recover. And when you see when Custio Clayton got up, he was still. It was hard for him to get up off the floor. Once he got up, he was still moving, dancing all over the place. He didn't know where he was at. It's the equilibrium. And, I know a lot of people feel like that it looked like Custio Clayton may have took a dive. But when you see it again, you look at it, nah, man, it was just that punch, bro. That punch. And somebody was telling me, man, that punch that Jaron Ennis throws, man, he did the same thing to Thomas Delorme, man. It's this. They saying it's a punch that you don't see damn near anybody in boxing doing. It's a very, I think he said, a difficult punch to pull off. It's like, and it's like a damn near destructive punch. And if he hits anybody with that, man, I don't care who it is, I think they're gonna go down, bro. Because I think the kid is just that strong. And I don't care who it is, bro. It could be Bud, it could be Errol Spence. If he hits anybody with that shot, they're gonna go down. They're going to go down. That's what I really believe that. But the thing is, though, are you skilled enough to hit them dudes with those kind of shots up at that level? That's the thing. Because we all know he can do it. They can get hit. But is Jaron Ennis skilled enough to land that kind of punch on Terrence Crawford? Is he skilled enough to land that kind of punch on Errol Spence? I say he would probably land it on Errol Spence more than it's a higher chance he would land it on Errol than he would on Bud. And then at the end of the fight, there was a exchange of words between Jaron Ennis and Errol Spence. Errol Spence was sitting right up there at the front, and Jaron is like, yeah, you know what it is. I ain't really hear the exact words. And then Jaron's camp was taunting Errol Spence, and Errol Spence was like, yo, whatever he was saying, he was holding his own though. And then at the end of the interview, with Errol Spence, he kind of like was dancing around, entertaining the Boots Ennis thing. But then at the end, he was like, hey man, I heard he said that he want to try to reel in the big fish. You better be careful, what you ask for. He smiled it off and walked off. So he kind of like opened up the door for an Ennis fight when he did that. So I gotta kind of respect Errol for saying that, man. But sometimes he's so fucking cryptic with his words, But he didn't run away from it. I was starting to get a little nervous. I'm like, man, would you fucking answer the question? But then right at the end of the interview, he's like, yeah, and I heard that Jaron said he wanted to. I'm like, okay, at least he said something. He said something, man. Cool. But saying and doing is two different things, right? So we would have to see. And again, it's just like I said with the Charlo and Bud fight. I don't know how that's going to happen at 154. At least not right now. At 147, it's like I feel like it ain't gonna happen with Bud and Charlie at 154. How would that take place? You would have to hang around for a little bit in the division for that fight to even happen. Same with Errol. Errol said he only got one fight left, and I'm believing that's Terrence Crawford. So how is Boots and Errol supposed to fight if Errol don't? Uh, he doesn't plan on sticking around at 147 if he becomes undisputed. So he would have to end up fighting Boots at 154. That's probably what will end up happening. So I think they will fight eventually. I think Jaron Ennis and Errol Spence will probably fight if Errol would ever entertain it. Put it like that. It wouldn't be at this division. It'd be at 154. I would say in another year, maybe a year and a half, you'll see them probably meet up somewhere in the 154 division. But Jaron Ennis moving at this pace, if whoever wins, whether Bud or Errol, they're gonna vacate and drop the belts. Jaron Ennis is gonna fight for those belts. He's going to win them belts. I'm telling you, I think he's gonna be the next undisputed at 147, and then he's gonna get right up there to 154 quick. I think he's on a collision course with 154 right now. But Jaron Ennis is smoking. He's a train running on the tracks right now, straight down the hill, and I don't see nobody stopping him, bro. I mean, only people that give him a challenge, is gonna give him a good fight is Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. And nobody else is beating him. I don't see nobody else beating him but them two right there. That's it. But the only thing is, after this win, after the win with Custio Clayton, I can't really say, damn, when Jaron Ennis was like, yeah, I want Errol, he's supposed to do that. But then when you look at it, you're like, damn, the win doesn't compliment him saying all of that, in a sense, because it's like it wasn't like a spectacular win where he had some adversity and he faced a hard fight in that ring where everybody got to see Jaron Ennis go through some things first. You know what I mean? So I think that was kind of like premature. I think, it's not Jaron's fault that he got him out of there in the second round, but I'm just saying it kind of made it look a little, I don't know the word tacky. I don't know the right word for it. I wanted it to be like Jaron had a fight and dude gave him a tough one, cracked him, kind of like put Jaron through some adversity. He was tired. It made it to like 11th, and then he knocked him out on 10th round knockout or something. And then everyone really got to see what he was about. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that. But nonetheless, Jaron got the win. He is now the mandatory IBF challenger for Errol Spence Jr. But hey, listen, like I said, supposedly unification trumps mandatories, right? So there's only two ways Errol can go right now since he's done with this division. There's only two doors to pick: Jaron Ennis or Terrence Crawford. And I think the WBA, there's another door. It might be Stanionis waiting for him right there. I'm not sure about the WBC, but there's only a couple of avenues that Errol Spence can take. And one of them is a low risk, is a high risk, low reward. The other one is a high risk, high reward. We'll see where he goes. But this is Rebel Life, man. Let me know what you think about this fight between Jaron Boots Ennis and Custio Clayton. Drop a comment. Let me know how you feel about it. And I'm out. Peace.